Dear brothers and sisters, let us continue the book reading Reality at Dawn, written by Babuji Maharaj, chapter The Guru. A guru or teacher must therefore banish from his heart even the slightest feeling of greatness and superiority and consider himself as the humblest associate or a servant of humanity. My master of revered memory was an example. All through his life, he treated his associates as brethren. The idea that they were his disciples never once crossed his mind. He was ever ready to offer personal services even to his disciples, and very often he did it without letting it come to their knowledge. I think and feel it is as an essential thing for a guru to give up his masterly position and feel himself an ordinary servant of humanity. His claim for personal service from the disciples has no justification except in case of dire necessity, and that too only to an extent to which he himself is prepared to render to his disciples. Most of the so-called gurus nowadays encourage the practice because it offers them personal comfort and feeds their vanity. They say that by touching the feet of Guru or by massaging his limbs, the magnetic currents pass on from the Guru to the disciple, which helps the disciple to form pious sanskaras. Thus, by this practice, the disciple draws in much of purity and piety from his master. It may be true, but let me question them for a while whether the same thing is not possible if the Guru renders the same service to his disciple. I think none can dare deny it. Evidently, then the motive at the back is nothing but personal comfort and ease. In my humble opinion, the process should now be reversed in accordance with the need of the time, and the Guru should himself render such services to his disciples. Really, the position of Guru is very strange. If he feels himself as a master and hence far above his associates, it will be an ahankara of the worst type in a Guru. It is really the lookout of the disciple to devote himself to the service of his Guru with love and devotion, and not the right or privilege of the Guru to demand it. I am reminded of an instance. A simpleton once approached one of such prevalent type of gurus and offered to become his disciple. The Guru, delighted at the prospect of one more addition to his fold of Gurudom, began to teach him the duties of a disciple. You should, he said, be in complete submission to your Guru, attending all the time to his personal needs and services. You should prostrate before him every morning and evening and go to bed after the Guru is asleep and get up before he wakes. The poor fellow, finding himself incapable of doing all this, innocently questioned, "What will be the result if I fail to act in strict accordance?" "You will be turned out and doomed," was the firm reply. "Then, sir," he added politely, "it shall be very kind of you if you accept me as a Guru." We often come across instances of jealousies and frictions between a Guru and his disciple. What is all this due to? It is only on account of selfish interest or personal gain. A Guru must therefore necessarily be quite devoid of any personal motive or selfish interest. He must be totally free from all feelings of pride or greatness. He must be a selfless man and a true servant of humanity at large, teaching people out of pure love without any ulterior selfish motive of name, fame, or money. He must have his access up to the farthest possible limit and must have the power of yogic transmission. Such a man we must seek for as our Guru if we want complete success. It is better to remain without a Guru all the life than to submit to the guidance of an unworthy Guru. Here Babuji Maharaj is explaining about the Guru. The Guru or a teacher should completely banish from his heart even the slightest feeling of greatness and superiority, and should consider himself as the humblest associate or servant of humanity. For this, Babuji Maharaj's Guru Lalaji Maharaj is setting example. That's what Babuji Maharaj is saying. But for us, Babuji Maharaj is an example for us also. Because his life, his way of living, his inner condition has been merged with that Supreme Master Lalaji Maharaj. Lalaji Maharaj, all through his life, he treated his associates as brethren. Similarly, our Babuji Maharaj also. And the idea that they were his disciples never once crossed the mind of Lalaji Maharaj, as well as our Babuji Maharaj also. Because many of our Abhyasis, senior Abhyasis, has witnessed this. And he was ever ready to offer even personal services to his disciples, and sometimes he offered his service to his disciple without their knowledge also. So Babuji Maharaj is saying that it is an essential thing for a guru to give up his masterly position and should feel himself an ordinary servant of humanity. This quality is a must for a guru. And guru, if he claims for a personal service from the disciple, it doesn't have any justification except in case of dire necessity, and that too only to such an extent that he himself is prepared to render the same service to his disciple. But unfortunately, most of the so-called gurus nowadays, they encourage all their disciples to practice personal help or personal service to keep the guru in a comfortable position. This helps the gurus to make their personal lives comfortable, and also it feeds them their vanity. So they actually say their disciples to touch their feet and bow down, and sometimes even to massage their limbs. Why? Because the magnetic currents or the divine impulses will pass on from the guru to the disciple, which helps the disciple to progress in his spiritual path by taking away all his complexities or sanskaras. For this, Babuji Maharaj is telling that, of course, it may be true also. Why can't a guru adopt the same method to his disciple? That means just doing massaging to his disciple's limbs, or bowing down to his disciple and do namaskara touching his feet. Because here the main purpose is transmission through touch, isn't it? Whether the guru touches the disciple or disciple touches the guru, it is immaterial. So if that is the case, why guru cannot do this act? That's what Babuji Maharaj is saying. And none can dare deny it. That's what Babuji Maharaj is saying. So evidently the motive behind this is personal comfort and ease of the guru. According to Babuji Maharaj's humble opinion, the process should now be reversed in accordance with the need of the time, and the guru should himself render such service to his disciples. Really, the position of Guru is very strange, according to Babuji Maharaj. He says that if a Guru feels himself as a master and feels that he is far above his associates, it is nothing but an ahankara of the worst type that exists in the Guru. It is really the lookout of the disciple to devote himself to the service of his Guru, isn't it? With love and devotion. And it is not the right or privilege of the Guru to demand it from his disciple. So for this, Babuji Maharaj is giving an example of a story or an instance. An ordinary person once approaches a so-called Guru and he offers himself to become his disciple. Then the Guru feels delighted at the prospect of one more addition of disciple to his fold of Gurudom, and begins to teach him the duties of the disciple. He says that you should be totally submissive to your Guru and you should attend all the time to his personal needs, and you should prostrate before him every morning and evening, and should go to bed after your Guru is asleep, and then should get up before he wakes up. See, this poor fellow, after hearing all these things, feels himself incapable of doing all these duties, and he innocently questions the Guru, what will be the result if I fail to act in strict accordance? Then immediately the Guru told that you will be turned out, you will be kicked out from this group, and then will be doomed. After hearing the words of Guru, that person politely asked him that, it shall be very kind of you if you accept me as a Guru. See how funny it is, isn't it? We often come across instances of jealousies and frictions between a Guru and his disciple. What is the reason behind it? The reason is only the selfish interest or personal gain of a Guru. So, a Guru must therefore necessarily be quite devoid of any personal motive or selfish interest. He must be totally free from all feelings of pride or greatness. He must be a selfless man and a true servant of humanity at large, teaching people out of pure love without any selfish motive or name and fame or money. So he must have his access up to the highest possible extent in spiritual field and should be capable of transmitting the yogic power or pranahuti shakti. Such a man we must seek for as our Guru if at all we want complete success in our field. So Babuji Maharaj is saying that it is better to remain without a Guru all the life than to submit to guidance of an unworthy Guru. So dear brethren, here by the grace of God we are having Babuji Maharaj with us, who is guiding us each and every minute in our life. But for us, what is the important thing to be noted from this chapter is that we too should cultivate all these qualities within us, that is devoid of ahankara or ego, pride, supremacy, greatness, and love towards our fellow beings, and serving the humanity without any self interest. Why? It is not only meant for Guru, it is even for us also. Why? Because we should get oneness with the Master. So, to become one with Master, all these qualities we should cultivate in us. For this only the spiritual practice or sadhana is made. So, with this chapter concludes, and I too conclude today's satsang. And let us know more aspects in the forthcoming satsang, the next chapter, spiritual training. Till then, I take leave. Pranams. Namaste.